The palace corridors are quiet until they aren't. One rumor lands, then another. Headlines flash, stories vanish, statements appear, and the world asks the same question in 100 different ways. Did a private scandal inside the royal machine collide with Meghan's decision to leave, turning a personal exit into a global earthquake? Tonight, we're going to separate whispers from what's on the record. No breathless gossip, no reckless leaps, just a clear-eyed journey through the facts we do know, the forces we can see, and the timing that still raises eyebrows. Because whether you love the monarchy, question it, or simply follow the story, understanding how rumor, media, and dynasty intersect matters. Here's the deal. Some claims are unverified and legally denied. Others are documented in court filings, regulator rulings, official reports, and public statements. We'll map the overlap without pretending speculation is proof. And along the way, a few "did you know" turns that might surprise you. A record 25,000 plus press complaints over one anti-Meghan column. A kill notice that pulled a royal family photo from the world's top news wires. The legal victory that labeled phone hacking widespread and habitual. And a funding line that quietly keeps the institution moving year after year. Let's start with the timeline. Because in royal stories, timing is everything. The timeline, what actually happened. Before anyone tries to connect dots, we need the dots themselves. In January 2020, after months of escalating tabloid coverage and internal strain, Harry and Meghan announced they would step back as senior working royals. Days later at Sandringham, the Queen confirmed a period of transition, a formal recognition that the couple would step away, pursue financial independence, and split their time outside the UK. The message, supportive but resolute, a rare moment where the institution moved publicly. Months earlier, Harry had already signaled a breaking point with the press. He denounced ruthless coverage of Meghan and launched legal action. Within weeks of the Sandringham outcome, Canadian authorities said they would stop providing police protection once the couple ceased being internationally protected persons. The move underscored a central reality. Stepping away meant stepping out of the state security umbrella and into a different life entirely. Then came March 2021. In an interview watched by millions, Meghan described mental health struggles, said help was not accessible inside the system, and revealed there were discussions off camera about what her son's skin tone might be. The palace responded with the now famous line, "While some recollections may vary," and in a rare walkabout exchange, William insisted the family was very much not a racist family. Did you know? The structural media arrangement at the heart of royal coverage, the Royal Rota, is a pool system that privileges a core set of UK outlets, distributing content worldwide from a small group of correspondents. Harry and Meghan objected to that architecture in 2020, arguing it rewarded sensationalism and locked them into an adversarial dynamic with tabloids. They declared they would no longer participate. Rumor versus record, the 2019 to 2024 whispers. Now to the pressure point everyone dances around, the rumor. In 2019, unverified claims about Prince William's private life bounced around the fringes of social media, then spiked again in 2024 after months of public speculation about Catherine's health. A late-night monologue in the US joked about an affair. Within days, lawyers for Rose Hanbury, the woman at the center of the rumor mill, called the allegations completely false, and outlets that had dabbled at the edges re-edited or deleted pieces. This is the first crucial line in our map. The allegation is unproven and denied. You'll find hints of its momentum in what vanished, posts taken down, spoiler headlines softened, and in legal letters that reportedly followed. But the rumor never crossed the threshold from gossip to verified fact in credible mainstream coverage. So how does this matter? Because rumor, true or false, changes behavior. It shapes press agendas, palace media strategies, and audience expectations. And when that rumor collides with documented strain, Harry's legal battles against tabloids, Meghan's mental health disclosures, the couple's rejection of the Rota, the security funding cliff, you get a feedback loop. Each echo amplifies the next, and suddenly the world reads every royal headline through a conspiracy lens. Did you know? In March 2024, a Kensington Palace Mother's Day photo, credited to William, was withdrawn by major news wires, AP, Reuters, others, after editors flagged manipulation that didn't meet publication standards. The Princess of Wales apologized for any confusion. That single episode, minor in isolation, detonated trust questions in an already rumor-charged environment and became a case study in how perception outruns control. The media machine, tabloids, courts, and a number that stuns. If the rumor was gasoline, tabloid culture was the spark. Harry didn't just complain, he sued. In December 2023, the UK High Court judge ruled that Mirror Group newspapers engaged in unlawful information gathering and phone hacking that was widespread and habitual, awarding Harry £140,600 in damages. The case dragged institutional sunlight across newsroom practices and validated something Harry had been shouting. The methods used to hunt him, and by extension his family, had crossed the line from aggressive reporting into illegality. Did you know? The backlash to one Meghan-focused column, written by a star columnist in a major tabloid, generated more than 25,000 complaints to the UK press regulator, a record. The watchdog later ruled the piece sexist, a rare formal censure that spelled out what many readers already felt. Coverage of Meghan wasn't just critical, it was dehumanizing. That's not palace gossip. That's a regulator's ruling and a number you can point to. And it wasn't just lawsuits and complaints. In March 2024, when International Wire Services issued a kill notice on the edited Mother's Day photo, pulling it from circulation, the damage moved from palace PR to the global fact pipeline itself. Editors don't do that lightly. Once trust is bruised, every subsequent message has to work twice as hard. Meanwhile, the institution that absorbs the blows and keeps going, the Monarchy, isn't powered by rumor. It runs on the sovereign grant, frozen at £86.3 million for multiple years before a temporary rise tied to Crown Estate win revenues. Even here, did you know, comes with receipts. Official annual reports list the numbers, what was spent and where. That transparency is designed to counter exactly the kind of suspicion that flourishes in rumor weather. So, was Meghan's exit an escape from William's scandal? Here's the tightrope, and we're going to walk it carefully. On the record, we know that. Harry and Meghan were under sustained tabloid pressure, some of it later judged unlawful. Meghan described serious mental health struggles and said help inside the system felt inaccessible. The couple rejected the royal rota, signaling deep distrust of the media architecture around the monarchy. Their security status and funding changed when they stepped back, reshaping their day-to-day reality. The palace's public posture emphasized support while also signaling disagreement. Recollections may vary, and William's not a racist family. Not on the record and firmly denied are the private life allegations that social media tried to staple to William. They remain unverified rumors, however viral. Bridging a denied rumor to a documented exit is a leap across thin air. Yet stories don't need proof to create pressure. Rumors force defensive communications. Defensive communications make audiences suspicious. Suspicion raises the stakes on every editorial decision, so small errors, like an over-edited family photo, explode into credibility crises. And when you layer that onto an already volatile situation, Harry's court fights, Meghan's interview revelations, the couple's media insurgency, you can see how a perfect storm formed even if one of the clouds was only a shadow. Did you know? Despite all the turbulence, Prince William and Catherine have remained the most popular royals in UK polling, often in the 70% plus favorable range. Meghan and Harry's numbers diverge by market, stronger in the US than the UK, and fluctuate with each media surge. Data doesn't decide truth, but it does capture public mood, and public mood matters in a constitutional monarchy where soft power is the whole point. So, was Meghan's departure an escape from William's scandal? Based on what's publicly verified, no, that framing overclaims what the evidence can bear. Was it an escape from a system of media incentives, institutional caution, and relentless public consumption that made their life feel unlivable? By their own testimony and the legal record around press misconduct, yes, that case is strong. The takeaway: dignity, doubt, and the cost of the crown. The modern monarchy survives not because it wins every news cycle, but because it outlasts them, absorbing turbulence and folding it into ceremony, duty, and routine. But dignity has a cost. That cost is silence. The never complain, never explain that steadies the ship and simultaneously fuels the very speculation it wants to smother. Harry and Meghan chose a different currency: radical visibility, documentaries, interviews, memoir, and a courtroom crusade to penalize illegal reporting. The palace chose institutional steadiness, letting public affection, still high for William and Catherine, carry the brand while it rides out storms. Two strategies, two moral logics. Both collide in an information world where an edited photo can turn into a global credibility event and a punchline can escalate into international legal letters. So where does that leave us? With a simple, uncomfortable truth. In the space between what can be proven and what feels true, people will write their own endings. You don't have to. The record is interesting enough. It includes a high court judgment, a regulator's ruling, official funding reports, and a primetime interview that changed the way millions see the crown. If you care about fairness, don't launder rumors into facts or facts into excuses. Hold the line, demand receipts, and don't mistake a carefully managed silence for proof of anything except strategy. If you found this breakdown useful, share it with one note attached: separate rumors from records. The monarchy will outlast this moment. The question is whether our conversation about it will become sharper, kinder, and more honest than the headlines that got us here.